Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be doing some streaming tonight, but I got a couple texts and some people wanted me to watch some movie trailers. So in case you didn't know, little backstory. I was going to go to film school before my got really sick, and I ended up having to stay home to take care of him. I've watched, I've filmed a couple of shorts, I've done a lot of things, but my big dream was to one day, you know, do something in that vein. Um, because I love being creative. I love creating worlds and doing, I'm still a writer and I've written a few scripts, but so the main reason they were texting me is because I am a massive Alien franchise fan. It's one of my favorite science fiction movies, the original one. It's beyond incredible. But the teaser trailer for Alien Romulus came out. Something's playing. I don't know what's playing. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna give this a watch real quick, and let's see. I wouldn't say I was massively disappointed with Prometheus or Requiem. They were really good in the franchise, but they were also, I don't know if you would, I don't know if you would say they were like very Alien progressive. They were lore progressive, and I enjoyed that, but at the same time, they were they were much more about other things than the actual like xenomorphs. They weren't exactly like the first movie. They weren't like the second movie. The third movie had its moments, but let's give this a watch real quick. Uh, I'm hoping for really big things. This director has done well. I believe that if it's the same writer that they originally announced, I think this is going to be something really cool. Um, before we even get into it, big fears. One, they're just going to recreate the original Alien movie because from how they were talking about it, that's basically what it sounded like. It's just going to be a ship in space, crew somehow gets a xenomorph on board. Obviously, same tropes. I don't want that. As cool as that would be, it'd be just like remaking the Alien movie, and Alien as it stands, even if you watch it today, still looks better with practical CG. I mean, it's not really practical CGI; it's literally puppetry. The bodysuit, everything about that movie is just incredible. If you watched Aliens, right, you got Jim Cameron just dominating what it means to make a sci-fi movie. Has literally multiple times redefined what it means to be an amazing director. But so that's my fear going into this is that they're just going to try and recreate the original Alien movie in a new I'm going to turn it up so they're going to try and recreate the Alien movie, and I'm going to turn it up for you guys as well. In just a new package, which I'm probably still going to enjoy it, but it would be my least favorite thing that they could do because I really want them to progress this story and to be a little bit more aggressive with it because there's so much lore, so much backstory. But okay, let's get into this. Start from the beginning. Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure it's at the highest quality. Yeah, that didn't. I think there should be another trailer for this. This one doesn't seem like it's as long as it should be, but let's check it out. Xenomorph up top, yeah. Telegraphed. Ooh, it comes out near my birthday. Nice. So that'll be my birthday. So I'll go see that. What is this shit? Why do we keep putting this everywhere? Like, that's ridiculous. Well, I can see that Angry Joe really liked it, so that's good. I'll just pop around to a couple of things real quick that stood out. Um, I guess we'll start from the beginning. Overall, looks like a win. Looks like it's going to be really good. I like how they immediately show 37 billion facehuggers. That's a huge plus. I get it. The first movie, that tension of one creature, like it slowly whittling people down, that has a great moment. But we need swarms now, right? That's what made Aliens so much more. If you go from Alien to Aliens, right? They are two entirely different movies, but they're about the same story, and it allowed Ellen Ripley to really evolve from one to two, and that's why two is so amazing. And if you watch the director's cut, like the ultimate director's cut, there's a scene that Fox cut of Ripley in it's in like an AR augmented little like cubicle like for VR, like full body VR, and she's interacting with her daughter that's dead at that point. And Sigourney Weaver is that scene. It's like I think it's like 3 minutes long, but she's so powerful in that scene. And this happens before she goes to back to the planet. Um, and she's just you see how damaged she is and how broken she is that she's been in a stasis pod for I think it's 30 years or I forgot even it's been so long and maybe it's like 80 years but like her daughter's dead at that point um and she's just damaged and it's such an incredible scene. She easily could have won an Academy Award for it. Like it's that powerful. But for pacing reasons, Fox said that Jim needed to cut it out because it wasn't it was too emotionally charged. Like they wanted it to be more action oriented. And surprisingly enough to me, I'd really like to ever hear the backstory of why Jim allowed it to get cut because I really feel like if there's a lot of stories between like how Jim gets his movies made over budget, right? Avatar, $80 billion, and it comes with a lot of concessions, right? So for him to get greenlit to film Avatar for the price cost that it was, he sold the rights to Terminator. He handed over his Bible, which had all of his ideas in it, and we've seen what happened to that, right? They farmed that series out. They've made 3 additional movies from his Bible, and they're all garbage because they don't have what he has. Um, so like that's how he finagled that because he wanted to make the Avatar movies, and love them or hate them, I think they're visual masterpieces. Man, it does so much to push the industry forward in a way. I understand a lot of actors are really struggling with the whole, CGI slash AI getting replaced, but that's what makes those movies so much more powerful because that's really Sam. That's really, all of those actors like in those moments. That's their faces being completely digitally captured. So it's not just like a full, replacement of them. Obviously, at some point, maybe it can become manipulated and be evil, but that is what it is. Um, but then you went to Aliens 3, and again, I'm sorry, Alien 3, back to this, less xenomorphs. And then each subsequent film, they've tried to add different elements to it, but swarm, right? I want the swarm. What are we looking at here? So we're looking at a really big cargo container right here. Um, let's say it's got a crew of 20 people, right? But where is it going? It's going to an orbiting space station. Huge, huge win, right? This space station could have thousands of people on it, 10,000 people on it. We don't know. If it's end up there's like 3 people on this and there's like 10 people on here, that's going to be a little bit of a cop out, but already like the premise, right? We know this is how the xenomorphs getting on the space station. Um, Fede Alvarez, his horror movies are very tense. He's very good at playing into the pauses, playing into the theatrics of it. It's a great. I think it's a really good Evil Dead filled with gore. So you know this movie's going to be intense. Scott's still a part of it. Huge win. These are the pods with the infected. So clearly someone had a chest burster come out here. I mean, look at that. That's go back. I mean, look at that. That's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Like that's incredible. Love that. This scene right here really sells me on the movie. The aesthetic, however, screams Alien. Direct Alien. Here's the big plus. This actually looks like very not her, but right here. This looks like very basic clothing. So it doesn't look like it's gonna be it looks like this is gonna be civilians, right? So this could be this person looks really young, so this is probably like some children that are on the space station. So maybe there's a school there or something like that. Um, Throwing the flare. I mean, okay, whatever. But they look like they're in normal civilian clothes, so we're not gonna have like a military force. I'm sure there's gonna be some sort of like security force or police force, but this is a good sign. He's also wearing a backpack, so this just looks like it's being downplayed a lot to make it be more like it's common people. Where Alien 3 struggled is it's about prisoners I don't give a shit about. They're all assholes. They were all terrible people on a prison colony for a reason, right? Like, what do I care about these people dying? Um, so this is good as long as this isn't Millie Bobby Brown. Okay, that scene right there, I love that. So that's somebody having a face hugger removed from them. So you seeing this is what's being injected down. This looks like it's the Asian woman from a bunch of the close-up scenes where we see the facehugger lunge at her. So doesn't bode well for her character. So this I don't like. I mean, we'll have to really see how they do it. But if this is just a really bad attempt to be a new Ripley, if they make this Ripley's daughter like they did in the game, oh my god, I can't. Like you don't need to, you don't need to do it. But overall, huge W's. Huge W's. Um, this is probably going to be the android right here. So this is probably going to be your new bishop slash, you know, or he's the captain of the ship. Who knows? I will say right off the bat, huge plus, I guess. I don't know. A lot of inclusivity, which is good. It's a sci-fi movie. It should have everyone. It shouldn't be. I've written a sci-fi novel, and I didn't write characters to a specific entity or to a specific race, religion, or anything like that, unless it was necessary for the story. But if I was going to be writing a script like this, I would write these characters the same way Ellen Ripley was originally written, which is she's androgynous to the point where it could be played by a male, it could have been played by a female, then adapted into being furtherly, strengthened for the story. Um, but I mean, teasers, that probably is the initial infestation. They could still do a lot of things with this story. They could have Marines coming in. That's just, this is the first 10 minutes of it. And they're going to the spaceship Romulus. I mean, that would be my guess. But like, yeah, super awesome. I love where that is. I love the premise behind that. Um, I love that it's a new director. I love that Ridley Scott took himself out of the involvement in it. I don't know if that was like a contractual thing where he was working on other stuff or he just feels like he needs to step away from the series. Um, but huge W for me. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to be hypercritical of it. Um, but like I said, it's my favorite. Like it's one of my favorite series ever created. It's one of the few really fond memories I have with my mom is watching Aliens with her. Like we watched the first one, the second one, the third one. She was a huge horror slash sci-fi fan, and we'd watch those movies together. It's one of the reasons probably why I liked film so much. In my childhood, it was my greatest memories were watching movies with people. So it's a huge W for me. So good job. I'm looking forward to that a lot. I actually really like that it's coming out in August too. So that's only a couple months away, right? It is 4 months away, almost to the day. Which means it's not going to be like 2 years down the line and a bunch of stuff is going to come out. It's going to get rewritten. It's going to get, redone. Um, but yeah, super excited. This should be good. I'm very hopeful for it as to where I wasn't necessarily not hopeful for Prometheus and Requiem, but I already knew what I was in for, and it wasn't for the alien adventure or alien movie I was looking for. This is the alien movie I'm looking for, more than anything, I should say. So this encompasses everything. The only question is, do they spend 30 minutes of the film harking back to all the other films and the stupid little callbacks and moments like that? Um, you know, like this is a direct this right here, right? This is a directly just like this is supposed to make me feel like it's Ripley walking out in Aliens 2 onto the ledge, right? You got the wind blowing her hair around her, smoke's rising. The only thing that's not happening is the red siren and that that noise. So huge. You know what? I'm gonna actually look for that now that I say it. Um, is this it? I think it is. Okay, so here, or is it this one? Okay, yeah. So this one right here. Is this the full one? What a weird. This is a weird like. It's like someone recorded it off their TV or something. If you haven't checked out the Alien Special Edition, like Director's Ultimate Edition, so the full version of that is really good. But what I'm saying is, that's everything her character is in that movie. That's her relationship with Newt, right? That's the promise she makes with her. It's the driving force as to why she faces every fear when Newt gets taken by the xenomorphs in that movie. Um, and yes, I never mentioned resurrection because it's resurrection, right? But I mean, just it's an incredibly powerful scene leading into what makes her character so much stronger in that movie and the progression of her character. And that's why I just it's funny to me that that got cut because it's everything that her character should stand for. And just losing that, I just to me I was just like, wow, it really makes me interested in that conversation of how they convinced Jim to leave it on the cutting room floor. There's probably something to do with time and editing and blah blah blah. But all right, I'll leave that there. Huge W. Can't wait to see it. That'd be a good birthday present. All right, we're gonna move on to the next reaction trailer video thing. I don't know. um, we're gonna check it out. We got a couple more to go through, and then I'll start streaming for the night. But hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought. Are you excited for that? Do you have the same sentiments I do, or do you think it's just gonna be a huge, huge L because that's how every alien movie has been seen in the general populace's point of view? And we're not even gonna talk about Predator or AVP. But drop a like, subscribe. Most importantly, do something kind for somebody else. Jesus.